Hey guys, Mr. Enyart here. Today we're going to be doing grade 6, module 4, lesson 13 from topic D in Eureka Math, writing division expressions. It's a continuation from lesson 13. So if you want to go back to 13 to review that one before seeing this one, feel free to do so. Also, I want you to know that there's many different ways to write division. We've got word form, but then in numerical form, we have all kinds of different symbols. You can use fractions, you can use the line with the two dots, you get the bracket, you can even use a slash. There's lots of ways to write division, so I want you to know all the different ways, and lesson 14 is going to help make sure you know when you're dividing and what division is. So, stick around, let's do this. I love math 'cause it's awesome.
So let's get started. We're going to fill in the 3 remaining squares so that all squares contain equivalent expressions. And of course, equivalent just means the same, things that are equal. So we have 15 divided by 3, which of course will just be 15 thirds, since fractions are division. And 15 divided by 3, as we know, is 5. 15 thirds would end up being 5 as well. So the big number, the first number here, we call the dividend. And the dividend goes inside the bracket. And then you would say that you're doing 15 divided by the divisor, which in this case is 3. So how would we write that in word form? We could say the quotient of, because quotient is the answer to a division question. And then we say the big number first, or the number I guess it doesn't always have to be bigger, but the dividend first. The quotient of 15 and 3. And of course we could spell out 15 and 3 if we really want to make it word form. So I'm going to give you a problem for example 2, and then I want to see you fill out the rest, or if you can fill out the rest, and then check back with the video to see how you did. And keep in mind what the directions say on this one. The directions say they want you to use the words dividend and divisor. So right up here, very good idea to highlight stuff like that to make sure you don't make silly mistakes. So I'll give you the problem here. You pause the video and then fill out this, and write in a word problem or words to describe it using the words dividend and divisor. Here we go. Let's do 12 divided by 2. All right, pause the video, see if you can fill it out. Okay, so on the fraction form, you'd put the 12 on top, the 2 here, and you have 12 halves, which of course will just be 6. Just like 12 divided by 2 is 6. In the one with the bracket, I just call it a bracket. I'm not sure if that's a technical name. The dividend goes inside and the divisor goes outside, 12 divided by 2. So in word form, you would say a dividend, and you might say it a little different than me. This is just the way I understand it. A dividend of 12 divided by a divisor of 2. And again, you could spell out 12 and 2, but I knew I had limited space. How'd you do? Sweet. All right, so I'm just going to do 2 more and then leave you be, because I think that'll be more than enough for you to figure out what goes where if you rewatch certain parts. But I'm going to give you a couple. Just going to do these 2 boxes one at a time and do the same thing. I'll give you something, you try and fill it out by pausing the video, see what you get, and then check back with mine. And I'm going to add in some variables as well as other expressions with addition or subtraction to go in here. So let's zoom in on this one. And I'm going to give you 5 divided by p. All right, go ahead and pause the video and see if you can fill out the remaining boxes. Okay, so hopefully you realize that 5 is my dividend, right? That's the number being divided, so that goes on top of my fraction. And that p is what I'm dividing by. It's my divisor, so that goes on the bottom, which means 5 goes first over here, p goes second. And I'm looking for, I'm just going to do it this way, the quotient of 5 and p. Because 5 is my dividend and p is my divisor. How'd you do? Awesome. Okay, let's go over to our next box. And on this box, I'm going to give you something a little more challenging and see if you can figure out what we're doing. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to have W. No. All right, I'm going to give you Y up here, and I'm going to give you X plus 8. So pause the video and think, what is that saying? How can I fill out the remaining boxes using what was given to me? All right, so Y being up here is going to be my dividend, right? The dividend is the number that comes first. It's the bigger number, or not necessarily the bigger number. I need to stop saying that, sorry, thinking of younger kids. But it's the number that you're breaking up or splitting. It's the number you're starting with. That goes up top, which means up here, it would go here and here, there. So then I have X plus 8 underneath, right? So I'm dividing by X plus 8. So if I put X plus 8 here, I have to ask myself, what would PEMDAS say? I would have to do Y divided by X first, and then add 8, and that's not what I see here, right? So I need to put it in parentheses. And on the one up top, again, Y is my divisor, so we're dividing it by the sum of X plus 8. And I just kind of gave you a clue on the words. We are doing Y divided by the sum of, remember sum is the answer to an addition question, X and 8. All right, how'd you do? Cool.
So that is it. That's lesson 14, and I believe the end of topic D. And you're getting ready to start with a whole bunch of awesome division, reviewing the algorithm for division, taking yourself through that process, and remembering how we can use those strategies, daddy, mother, sister, cousin, brother, which of course I'll break down in lesson 15. So, hope you enjoyed it. Have yourselves a wonderful day. Keep rocking that math.